in special U.S. government charters that they have to reimburse the U.S. government for. They were sent to sites in Europe, and from there it's up to them to book their onward travel. U.S. Marines, a special contingent of U.S. Marines is coming to the United States Embassy to secure the embassy here in Cairo. Non-essential diplomatic personnel, their families are also being evacuated here. It is a very tense situation on this, the 8th day. The U.S. now has named a special envoy, a former ambassador to Cairo, a retired State Department official who will be meeting with the Mubarak regime. But what that regime decides to do, frankly, at this point, is anybody's guess. I want to show you a little bit of what we saw today in the hours that we spent in Liberation Square. Take a look. Tense moments today near Liberation Square. Soldiers fire into the air to keep protesters at bay. The threat of violence is constant, but nothing so far has stopped the daily demonstrations for change. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Curfew began an hour ago. But still, more and more people are arriving here in Liberation Square. They're incredibly enthusiastic. Even though it's the 7th day of protest, they're determined to keep this going. They're chanting, saying they're not going to leave this square until Mubarak leaves. Young and old, they seem to come from all walks of life, all with the same message for Mubarak.
I believe that he's got to learn the message. I mean, I don't know what kind of language do we have to say it to him in, but he's got to learn that people don't want him. They have seen what the police forces can do in his name, and they will not accept him anymore.
Overhead, a military helicopter circles constantly, a reminder that Mubarak's government is still in place. It's difficult to get a sense of how large the crowd really is here in Liberation Square, but it does, you get a feel for it when you actually try to move through. It's actually incredibly crowded. People are just packed wall to wall. There's no central leadership or anything. There's sort of different groups chanting different slogans, all of them, of course, anti-Mubarak. Hour after hour, the chanting continues. Many are tired, but they refuse to leave.
I want to see freedom here. This is just the basic needs for any human being. You know, shelter to live in, you know, food, education, medicine, you know.
That's what people are wanting here.
Yeah, but the whole world are afraid that this government is going to turn into the harbor for terrorists. This is actually not. We hate terrorists as much as the whole world.
This isn't about fundamentalism.
No way. No. The people actually, they are under poverty level. They live in Egypt right now. And this is a time. This is a time for some kind of change to happen. Otherwise, we're never going to be able to change. No way.
The Islamist group, the Muslim Brotherhood, has begun to take part in the protests, but no one group here is calling the shots.
We need just democracy. We have no problem with Israel. We have peace agreement. We respect it. Mubarak tried to let the people think that the Muslim Brotherhood will control the country and will start making a war with Israel. That is not true.
So if Mubarak leaves, you don't think the Muslim Brotherhood would take over?
No, we're not going to allow them. We're not going to allow them.
Tomorrow, a massive protest has been called. The pressure keeps building. The protesters hope something soon has got to give. Some of the people in the scenes we saw today in Liberation Square, and as we said, it's just 4 hours until this massive protest is planned. I'm joined now by Ben Wiedemann and Ivan Watson here in Cairo and also in Alexandria. I'm joined by Nick Robertson, who's there. Ben, what are you anticipating was going to happen today?
Well, of course, the job of anticipating has become very risky here because this whole protest movement has just sort of popped up in the last week, so it's very difficult to say. But we know that people are walking to Cairo from the Nile Delta. We know that despite the fact the government has cut the internet, you can't send SMSs, Blackberries don't work, and within moments we expect the cell phone system to go down. We know that word has passed, just by word word of mouth throughout the entire country. So I think we can anticipate a huge demonstration. Million, could be more, could be slightly less, but this will be probably the biggest demonstration we've seen in Cairo yet.
Are you nervous about it?
Of course I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I have a family here. And we've seen that since this has begun, the security situation in Cairo has deteriorated dramatically. This is one of the safest cities on earth under normal circumstances. But at the moment, we've seen the police, even though they're